Hey there, everybody. This is Jett Martin, and we are going to be going over if the stock market will crash or have a massive pullback November 13th, 2020. So if you guys want to learn how we can spot this and if it will be going up and down, please remember to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, hit that little bell icon to get an email notification, and share with your friends. Trying to grow. And with that, let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to look at here is the Nasdaq. Looking at the technical analysis here, we can see that we have just bounced on the SMA line recently on the 180-day 4-hour chart. So with this, we are going to be testing right now if the stock market will continue to go up or if it will be going down. If it breaks below this SMA line, we could see lower lows going into Friday, November 13th, 2020, and even into Monday. So let's see this right now. So we're bouncing right here on the SMA line, 180-day SMA, and we can see that we have hit a top here. So this will be, if it decides to go up, we are going to be looking at this double top moving forward into the market here. So if we can quickly draw this line, we'll be seeing if it decides to go up. This is a major rejection point for the Nasdaq moving forward here today. So with that being said, we're going to be using that as our resistance line every time it seems to break above. Recently, that is where it likes to have a nice pullback to the SMA. So we are consolidating a bit here on the Nasdaq. Even though we did see a huge pump, overall, this is the range we're looking at. So if it does continue to stay above this EMA line, which is this purple line here, and decides to break above, this will be the major key resistance around that 12,190 area. If it does not, and we see it fall below this SMA line, we could see lows all the way down to our previous lows because there is not much support other than this main low area. So we can see through these bottoms beforehand that this is going to be a major support line for the Nasdaq, and that will be about where we are going to be looking off. So we'll see around 11,100 will be the free fall range for this to go to until we could see a new area of support. So that's going into your market here tomorrow, and that would be about a 6% loss. So that would be the new area if it's going to crash. If it breaks below this SMA, that is the potential it has to go down because there's no more support left for the Nasdaq. Now, with that being said, let's hop into the S&P 500 here. So for the S&P 500, we can see that we are pulling back quite a little bit, not as close to the SMA line as the Nasdaq, but usually these main futures tend to follow each other, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones. So we can see right here, I still have a trend line all the way back from the crash of March. I do believe this will end up becoming a support line if we decide to trend higher, or it could be used here into the future. We do not know yet, but this is just something I leave there because it keeps a good idea for me on what and where the stock market might have a support or resistance line moving forward. So with that being said, we do see that we are on some line of consolidation right now with the Nasdaq after we hit all time, excuse me, with the S&P 500 after we hit the all-time highs, and we could see over the next couple of days us fall back down to this SMA line. We have been seeing about 1% to 2% moves up and down over these last couple of weeks, so this would not be surprising. With that being said, that is going to be our formal line of support, that 34 200 area. With that being said, if it does break through there, we would see this new resistance level of our previous lows because there is no other support. So that is the line we'd be looking at for support if it does break below this SMA line. If it decides to bounce above, we could see it all the way back up to this 38 area. That's where we've been consolidating a lot, and that was previous highs before we hit this all-time high of 3668. So that's moving forward. That's what you're looking for with the ES. A major resistance line is around this 358 area moving forward. And if it does break above, we could even see new highs coming forward. We have seen them raise the price targets for the S&P 500 and the SPY. So time will tell on that one. If you look at it in more of a broader sense, we could even see a crash happen within the next week and a big, huge pullback if it does decide to break this ascending wedge. So with that being said, let's quickly look at the Dow Jones. So similar thing we got going on here. Can draw this line from the low and draw that line from the low, and it does end up tying up right about here. So this could be a line of support moving forward for the Dow Jones right there. So here's what we're looking at with the Dow Jones. Right now we are having a little bit of consolidation just like we are with the S&P 500. We did hit all-time highs and we have pulled back slightly, but we are right here in the standard deviation. So for all these, the standard deviation is very crucial. Whenever the stock market goes up and down, it likes to return around this center standard deviation line. But right now we're seeing that it could have a pullback all the way down here to the SMA if the Nasdaq continues to fall, because like I said before, these three futures like to follow each other. So in that case, we would have to see about a 3% drop, which is possible in a pullback because we have been seeing that volatility. So right now, that is your major line of support for the Dow Jones. We're in a major consolidation period right here within this area. So that is what we're looking at. And if we can break above this 29,500, we could see new highs because that seems to be a resistance point moving forward for the Dow Jones. That right there. So again, you could even say that we are in a rising wedge moving forward here with the Dow Jones if it considers to bounce within here. So be wary of that. That could be a line of support, that 27 area moving forward. If it does break this 27,900, the 27,300 is a pretty large support. And then the major support would be this low of 25,700. So now let's quickly look into the gold futures contract. So we can see that we have been consolidating a little bit and it does not want to break above. So right now it actually broke below our resistance line or our support line that we were using for the last month or so. And now we finally saw a break below. So now it is using it as a resistance line of this at this 1880 area. So moving forward, that is going to be your resistance level. If it breaks above, beware of this SMA line because if it does not break it, it will make lower lows. So that's what we're looking at right now. Pretty good consolidation. The potential to break above, if it can break above these two major resistance lines. If not, we could see even lower lows. Yeah, and that's just a very strong resistance line. We could see lows down to this 17,800 area or 1780 area. Moving forward, and lastly, we're going to be looking at the oil futures. So here at the oil, with the oil futures, we have seen a huge recovery since the low back here in April. We could use this as a support line right here. Depending on what you guys see, but the technical analysis is all subjective, and because the stock market likes to move in patterns, but it doesn't always have to. So with that being said, we can see that we've been hitting this top, pretty strong top here, right around this $45 range. So we can put that as a resistance line if the stock market decides to move up right here. So let's add this quickly. Lines. But with that being said, that is our top moving forward here. So we could see another pullback to this SMA line. And if it does break below, you can see lows around this $35 to even $33 mark moving forward. These are kind of your major supports. And if it breaks below, we could see a free fall from there down quite a bit. So that is what we're looking at here for the oil futures moving forward. Again, you can see that we are in a rising wedge, so the stock market is wedging itself pretty hard right now. So we could see a pullback tomorrow since we are in this consolidation period, or we could see it here in the next week or two moving forward as we reach the edge of this wedge, and it's going to have to pick a direction either downward or upward. Usually in these long-term wedges, these are usually the big pullbacks and the big rallies, so beware going forward into the stock market. So I hope that technical analysis helped you guys be more prepared going into trading November 13th, 2020, and helps you stay prepared for the stock market and the upcoming volatility that we're going to be seeing over the next couple of weeks. With that being said, please remember to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and join us as we teach people about the Roth IRAs, side hustles, and different things you can do. Have a great day.